guys seen the new Ghostbusters movie?
Oh yes, it's hilarious.
Oh my god, right? I have the biggest crush on Kate Beckinsale.
That's nice. She's funny though.
Debbie, have you seen it?
I'm gonna go this weekend.
Oh my god, you have got to get yourself to the theater. It is so funny.
My favorite's Leslie.
Why? Because she's the only black one?
If we weren't friends, Kat, I would think you were a racist.
Okay, everyone's a little bit racist. I mean, it's like the #1 rule of being an American.
No, it's not. Only a racist would say some shit like that. You know, Toni Morrison said American still means white. Everyone else is still hyphenated.
Who's Toni Morrison?
Did this bitch just say who's Toni Morrison? What? Like, who's Toni Morrison? She's an acclaimed novelist and professor at Princeton University.
Oh. Wow, yeah, I should know who that is.
Yeah, you need to Google her, you know, educate yourself.
Yeah, okay. You know what, I just had a thought.
About Googling Toni Morrison, which you need to do?
Through that. No, about what Debbie said about how everyone who isn't white in America is still hyphenated. It's so true. Like Latin Americans, Asian Americans, African.
Don't forget about Native Americans. You white people like to leave them out because you feel guilty. You can't handle the truth.
Okay, right. Native Americans. My point is, if white people had to switch places with Native Americans, let alone blacks, we would not be able to handle it. I mean, I'm not speaking for all white people here, but for the most part, they are terrified of blacks.
That's some shit like I don't know. Like never understand why. It's not like we're walking around saying "boo" or "gotcha."
Okay, but it's true. I mean, white afraid that if blacks band together and unified, that they would unleash their wrath on us, and that is terrifying. Like if the two of you band together and unleash your wrath on me, yeah, that would not be cool, especially since we're best friends.
Oh my gosh, that's not what would happen if we united as a community.
Oh yes, it would, or it might.
No, it wouldn't. White people being terrified of black people unleashing our wrath doesn't make any sense. If we wanted to unleash our wrath, we would have done so centuries ago. We don't want more violence. We don't want to receive more pain. All we want is to be seen as human beings, because we are human beings, despite the fact that they try to destroy that and change that in the media, which the 1% controls. We want to be able to live freely, equally, and righteously. So it doesn't make sense. Girl, we about to have a sermon up in here. Yes, girl, preach.
Okay, come on, Suzie. I was actually listening.
All right, no more jokes for now. Go ahead, Debbie. Well, that's what the Black Lives Matter means, just that. It's there to peacefully remind black people that our lives matter, period, right? Not more than, less than, just that they matter, period. And on top of that, if we don't unite as a community, then we're gonna open ourselves up to all sorts of abuse in the form of government, usually the 1%, and the institutions that were built to arrest us, confine us, and control us. Americans have been separated for centuries due to the lightness or darkness of our skin, class, where you're from, where you live, how you speak, where you went to university, if you went to university, and so on. The only time we ever unite is if there's a tragedy. And no, the violence is not new, the cameras are new, but the perception, or if you will, there's now a front row seat view of the injustice being done. For young children to grow up with the normalization of seeing death and the staggering fact that every time they turn on the television, the people that look like them are on there because they're dead. This destroys young black youth as the media tries to brand them and control them. We need to unite as a community. We need to invest in our own banks, in our own restaurants, and so forth. That's why the notion of black people unifying to invoke wrath on white people doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that we would inflict wrath upon white people. We fought so hard for 400 plus years. We fought so hard to be seen as human beings. Why would we want to take 400 years of a step back? Look, what was done was done. Was it right? No. What happened to the Native Americans, was that right? Hell no. But the Native Americans, they were wise because they invested into their own communities. And we need to do the same. Sorry. I'm getting really passionate.
No, everything you said is right. So I don't see.
Yeah, I'm learning here.
All we want is to be seen, heard, and respected for being human beings. That's it. We don't want any more violence. We've had enough. So white people being scared of black people is stupid. It's just stupid and doesn't make any sense.
Yes to everything she just said.
God, you guys are better than us.
Well, it's not about being better, Kat.
Okay, but you are. I mean, you guys have, or at least want, a bigger person mentality. That's what we need.
First, we need to unify. What?
It's the way you said unify.
UNIFY, bitches. Now I need a drink.
Yeah.
Me too.